This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed creating related records inside your Salesforce objects. Then how can we create the related records inside the object, which includes both the parent record and the child records. And upon inserting the records in the multiple objects, what kind of steps we used to follow, and how can we insert both the parent and the child records in standard objects, and how can we insert parent and the child records in custom associated objects also we have discussed. Now, so now in some cases, you can raise a question. Sir, yesterday we have prepared both the parent record and along with the related child record also. We have created both the parent record along with the related child record also. Suppose, for example, my parent record is already available. Sometime back, I have created a parent record. Now, I want to create only the child record for that parent. Then, how can we create a child record for an existing parent? I don't want to create the parent record right now. Whatever the parent records are available, whatever the existing records are available. So, for those existing parent records, I want to add a new child now. Then how can we add a new child record for an existing parent? Now let's see practically today. Now tell me what needs to be done. Your approach. What is your approach to do this? Parent ID, okay? Hmm. Right. Suppose for example, we have account object here and we have contact object also. Both are having some relation. Both are having some relation which is of type lookup. In my account object, already I have an account record with the name some edge communications. So there is a record with the name edge communications. Now for this account record, already there are some contacts, related contacts are available. Now I want to create a new contact record. Okay, I want to create a new contact record with the name, for example, some Rakesh Kumar. I want to create a new contact record with the name Rakesh Kumar. Now this Rakesh Kumar record should be related with Edge Communications. How to do this one? Tell me your approach. Why? Why? What is the conditional state? Hmm. Okay. Record is already there. Edge Communications record is already available. Not just I want to create a related contact for that existing account. What can I do? Why if condition? Okay, I want to create the contact for this account only here. Hmm. Okay. Code. Okay. Then how can we do that? How can we map the relation of this contact with this account? Because in my account object, so many account records are available. How can we make this Rakesh Kumar contact should be associated with this Edge Communications account? Concept is simple. Yesterday we did that. Okay. Hmm. Where we need to pass. Now, so now tell me in this case, we have account object and the contact object. Do we have any relation between these two? Yes. What is that relation? Lookup relationship. Now, what is the relationship field? In child object, it will be having a relationship field, right? What is the relationship field? Account ID. Okay.
ID.
What account ID field contains? ID of the parent record. That's it. Simple concept. So already account record is available. Now I want to create a related contact. So what we have to do, directly we can write that contact record code, create the object of the contact class, supply the values for the fields. And I want to make this contact to be related with this account over here. So in this case, inside the contact object, we have a relationship field that is called as account ID field. In that account ID field, pass ID of Edge Communications account record. Okay, collect the ID of this Edge Communications account record and then place inside that account ID field of contact. Then insert the record. That's it. Simple concept here. Okay. Previously, we did that code. That means yesterday also we did the same. But there, what we did, we have prepared the parent record, child record both. But now I'm going to be writing only child record code here. Okay. Now, simple concept. Now make a note of this one. How can we create this? Let me take a small requirement. Make a note.
Firoz,
Over
Firoz, can you,
we can create a child record for the existing parent records. Now, that is, while creating the child record, we can pass the parent record ID inside the relationship field. Inside the relationship field. While creating the child record, we have to pass the parent record ID inside the relationship field. Now tell me, madam, what is your question?
Firoz, can you please explain one more time?
Now, suppose for example, if you are having an account record, now I want to create a related child. That means a contact. I want to create a contact record. So as of now, we know how to create account record and then contact record both. Both we have combinedly prepared. But now I want to create only the contact which should be related with an existing account. Because account record I don't want to create right now. Very long back I have created one account record. So there is an existing account. For that account record, I want to create a related contact now. In that case, directly we can write that contact record code, and then inside that contact record, we have a field called as account ID field. That means relationship field. Relationship field. In this relationship field, we have to pass the ID of the account record. We have to pass the ID of the account record. Whatever the account record that we have, which is already existed, that account record ID we have to pass and then insert the contact. That means what it will do, it will be inserting this contact record by mapping the association with this account. Okay, clear up to this one? Now, let's see how can we do this. Make a note of this use case. Write an Apex program. Write an Apex program To create a related contact record for the account Edge Communications. I want to create a related contact record, okay, for the account Edge Communications. Edge Communications is an account record. I need that account record ID. How can we collect that account record ID? Just you can go to the record and then open the record. Inside the URL, we can see the ID of the record here. Because right now we are copying the ID from the URL. When moving forward, we will go with the help of a SOQL query. Through the SOQL query, based on this name, based on the account record name, we can collect the ID of the record. That ID we can able to use that here to map the relation. Now, as of now, we haven't discussed SOQL queries. That's what here, just I would like to hard code. Copy that ID of the account record. Let me show you how can we collect the ID. Now let me log into my Salesforce arc. Now, so in this case, let's see. I'm going to my account object now. In this account object, we have so many records. Here we have a record, Edge Communications. Just you can click on the record name. When you go to this address bar, inside the address bar in the URL, we can see the record ID. Here we can see the record ID over here. Now, I'm placing this URL. Here we have record ID is available here. This is the record ID. This is the record ID. So we have this record ID is available. Just you can place the record ID inside that relationship field. Okay. Now, because right now we are collecting this record ID from the URL, we are pasting inside our program. When moving forward, how to get this record ID through programming, we'll see with the help of a feature called as a SOQL query. Because these account record IDs are stored inside the database, to get the records we are using a SOQL query. So dynamically we can fetch this ID at runtime. We can pass this ID to the relationship field also when moving forward. Till then we have to copy this record ID from the URL. Now let me go to the developer console. I'm going to the execute anonymous window. I'm creating the contact record code. How to create a contact record? Contact, some reference name equals to new contact. I'm passing the values for the fields. Contact dot first name. I'm passing the value some Rakesh. Contact dot last name. I'm giving this last name as Tiwari. Title. I'm passing the value. Okay, he is a technical lead. Contact dot birth date. I'm using date dot new instance. Now, his date of birth is 2000. The month is 4. Date is some 21st. April 21st, 2000. Now, so contact dot, I would like to specify the phone. I'm passing the value. Contact dot mobile phone. If you are having a mobile number, then we can specify. Contact dot email. Rakesh dot Tiwari at some gmail.com. Contact dot fax. I'm passing the value. Contact dot mailing city. I'm passing the value some Pune. Mailing state Maharashtra. Mailing country some India. Mailing postal code. I'm giving the value. I'm giving some value. Now I would like to make this contact to be associated with the account. Make the contact to be associated with account. So that contact dot account ID. Here we have to pass your account record ID. What is account record ID? This is the ID. This is the ID of the record, and then insert the contact. Insert contact. Then remaining story will be same. If contact dot ID not equals to null, then I would like to show the message contact record has been created successfully. Record ID, I would like to show contact dot ID here. This is a piece of code.
Excuse me, Firoz. Excuse me, Firoz.
We have to update at that time. If the parent record is available, child record is available, both are independent, then if you want to make it connected, we have to go with the DML statements. We have to update the record. Yes, Lynn.
I have one question. Here we are writing all the values passing, right? These are all variable value, field values,
Right,
and execution and everything we are doing here. Execute anonymous window, right?
right, right.
Later, I want to change any modifications or I want to add any field. Otherwise, I want to delete any field or anything. So what I do, where this all
We have to
code
go with admin. We have to go
admin
to the
only.
admin part. Admin part.
We can't
Because if you
do.
want to delete the field, if you want to manage any data structure, that means if you want to create objects or fields, if you want to change that field settings also, if you want to remove the fields, everything will be through configuration.
Or through admin only, we need to do it.
Right, right.
Can't we do through these Apex programming?
No, 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 no. Salesforce would suggest.
Okay. Where this one all saved actually, I don't see anywhere. Later, I want to
Now,
execute
this
one
code,
more time.
see, this code will not be saving anywhere because that already told you in execute anonymous window, whatever the code we have prepared, that code will not save anywhere. In order to save this code, we have to write inside the class.
Okay, inside, but there we can't execute, right? Inside the class, if you write
Right,
inside the
right.
class,
Now, the classes are used to write the code. If you
yeah,
want
yeah,
to execute, then we have to come to the execute anonymous window we can invoke.
yeah, got it. So later, every time do I need to write this all and execute?
No, no. Once you are writing the code inside the class, then you can execute every time. You can design a visual force page also. You can design a lighting component also. Place a button control over there. Just you can click on the button, it will execute that code also.
Oh, yeah, got it. I understand. But this one you said not saved, right?
Right. So we have to store this code into our local notepad. If we want to execute the same code again, then we have to copy from the notepad, paste into that execute anonymous window, we have to write. But if you want to write this code inside the class, we have to prepare procedure and function. That is today's topic. We'll see.
Okay. Oh, better we have to do like that only, right?
Right, right.
Okay. Okay, Firoz, thank you.
Done with this code? Now, let's see. So let me check for this Edge Communications account. Do we have any related contacts? So this is the account record Edge Communications. Already it is having two contact records. This is the first contact, second contact. Now I would like to execute my piece of code. I'm executing this piece of code, which will be adding this new contact also for the same account. Click on execute. My request has been done. Now let's go to the debug log file. Select the debug only checkbox. Now it is going to be representing that we are able to see the recorded details as well. My record has been created successfully. Just to go back to your Edge Communications account, refresh the user interface. Now tell me, how many contacts are available for this account now? Three. So account record is already available here. Previously, it is having two contacts are available here. Now we have added one more new contact with the name Rakesh Tiwari. So that not only creating independent record, not only creating both the parent and child package, we can create only the child also. We can map the child to be associated with that parent. Okay, understood the concept here? Just only one step additionally here, only one line. Upon creating the child record, pass the parent record ID to the relationship field. That's it. If you are adding that single line of code, it will map this child record with the respective parent automatically here. Okay, now. Now let me place this code. Next, the last option inside this here, how to create bulk records. Now let's see. So let me explain the concept. How can we create bulk records? Now come to the small scenario. For example, I want to print some welcome message on my debug log file 5 times. Okay. I want to print the debug welcome message on my debug log file 5 times here. So then generally what we can do, we are writing the code only once and execute the code repeatedly till the required number of times by using a iterative statement. It may be while or do while or for loop, whatever. For example, I'm using this system.debug statement. I'm printing the message. Welcome to Apex programming. Upon executing this piece of code, it will print this message only once on the debug log file. But I want to print this message 5 times on the debug log file. So that I would like to execute this piece of code. So I would like to use a for loop. I want to execute the for loop till 5 times here. What can I do? Now tell me, what needs to be done? Hmm. For integer, counter equals to 1, counter value less than or equals to 5, counter plus plus. That means I'm preparing a counter variable. Now I'm going to be keep on executing this statement here till the counter value is reaching to 5. So this a piece of code will be executing for 5 times over here. Clear? Now, like the similar passion, I want to create some 10 records. For example, I'm writing some piece of code. I'm writing some piece of code to create an account record. Like account, some ACC equals to new account. Now I'm passing the values for the required fields. Like ACC dot name. I'm passing the value some Ram Kumar or some test account, whatever. ACC dot rating. ACC dot industry. ACC dot annual revenue. ACC dot active status. And then I'm inserting the record here. Insert ACC. Now this statement, this piece of code will be creating how many records? Only one. I want to create a 10 records. What can I do? Same. Hmm. Right. I want to create 10 account records. What can I do? Now, write this whole piece of code inside a for loop. I'm using a for loop for integer counter equals to 1, counter less than or equals to 10, counter plus plus. I'm executing this piece of code 10 times over here. Whatever the piece of code to create an account record, I'm writing this piece of code inside the for loop. Now this is a piece of code I'm executing 10 times. So 10 times it will be executing this code. 10 account records will be created. Of course, you can raise a question. Sir, all the times it is having same name value, same rating, same industry, same annual revenue. Of course, the values may be same, but there is a chance to create multiple records. Now here you can raise a question, sir, how to pass a different values for each and every record. In that case, we have to use the help of two ways. First one, we have to use the procedures or functions. That is one way. Second one, we can use the help of Visual Force programming. In Visual Force programming, we can place some text boxes over here. After entering that, when you click on save button, a new record will be created with the new data, whatever we have entered. Or else we can create a procedure with the parameters we can pass the values over here. Procedures concept we'll see today itself here. What exactly a procedure, what is the use, what type of subprograms are available, we'll see that. Okay. So in this case, by using this ORM feature, not only creating a single record, not only creating related records, we can create bulk records also. Of course, our field values may be same, but there is a possibility to create the records as well here. Okay, multiple records also we can create. Understood the concept here? Now, make a note over here. ID will be different. Even though record values, all the values may be same, ID will be always different. A unique ID will be generated for each record. Creating bulk records. By using ORM feature, we can create bulk records inside the Salesforce object. Salesforce object. That is, we can write the piece of code to insert the record, and we can execute the code repeatedly till the required number of times. We can execute the code repeatedly till the required number of times. For example, for integer counter equals to 1, counter less than or equals to some 10, counter plus plus. I'm writing that account some ACC equals to new account. ACC dot name equals to test. ACC dot rating, I'm passing the value hot. ACC dot industry, some manufacturing. ACC dot active status, yes. Like that we can pass a value, we can able to insert.
Maximum how many records we have to create? Yeah.
Now multiple 150 records at a time we can create. If you want to create more than that, then we have to use the help of collections. Through collections, you can create thousands of records at a time.
Okay, thank you.
Compulsory. Yes. The whole code we have to write inside the file. Okay. No. Okay, we don't have the limitation. But we have the limitation of DML statements. That is 150 per transactions. Okay. Now, clear? Now let's see. Let me show you how can we create a record. Take a small use case. Write an Apex program to insert 50 hiring manager records inside the object. I want to insert 50 hiring manager records inside the object. Then how can we insert 50 hiring manager records? Now let me explain. So whenever we are inserting the hiring manager records, how many records are available as of now? In my hiring manager object, as of now, we have 11 records are available. Okay, 11 records are available. We have to pass the hiring manager name field, location name, designation, contact number, email ID, employment type, current CTC. These are the fields are available here. Now, I would like to write the piece of code. How many records I would like to create? 50. So I'm using the for loop. For integer counter equals to 1, counter less than or equals to 50, counter plus plus. Okay. So inside this for loop, I would like to write the piece of code. Create the object of the hiring manager class. Hiring manager, some HR record equals to new hiring manager. I'm creating the object of this hiring manager class. Now supply the values for each and every field. HR record dot name. I'm indicating test HR record hyphen. I'm adding counter. Like the first record is what? Test HR record hyphen 1. For the second record, test HR record hyphen 2. Third record, test HR hyphen record hyphen 3. Like that here, it will prepare up to 50 records over here. So we can differentiate the record based on name. Next. HR record dot email address. I'm passing the value. Test HR plus counter at the rate some gmail.com. That means the first record email ID is testhr okay, 1 at the rate gmail.com. For the second record, testhr 2 at the rate gmail.com, like that up to 50 here. HR record dot contact number. I'm giving the value. I'm passing the value for this contact number field. Next, I'm adding one condition. If the counter value less than or equals to 25, counter value less than or equals to 25, then I would like to specify HR record dot designation. I'm passing the value recruitment specialist. HR record dot employment type. I'm passing the value permanent. HR record dot location name. Bangalore. HR record dot current CTC, some 14 lakhs. Now that means what? What did you understood with this condition? Right. For the first 25 hiring manager records, I'm giving designation as recruitment specialist, employment type as permanent, and the location as Bangalore, current CTC 14 lakhs. Else. That means what? Remaining 25 records. For this remaining 25 records, I'm passing some different values. That means I would like to make the values different. Here I'm giving this a designation as some HR executive. This is a contract position. This is for Pune location. Salary will be 10 lakhs. Okay. So depends upon that counter value. I would like to assign some different values. For the first 25 HR records, I'm assigning the designation recruitment specialist, employment type as permanent, location Bangalore, city seat 14 lakhs. For the remaining 25, that means 26th record onwards, for the remaining records, the designation will be HR executive, employment type contract, location Pune, CTC 10 lakhs. Now, once you are passing the values, then we can insert. Insert HR record. Then we can show the confirmation. HR record dot ID not equals to null. System dot debug hiring manager record inserted. Record ID is HR record dot ID. Okay, understood the concept here? Now, so instead of giving the same values for all the records, just you can make it a bit different by using that like as if condition. We can able to have your own if conditional statement also. We can able to assign some different values for few records and different values for remaining records also. Okay, understood the concept now? Next. Now, so that here instead of having that same value for all the 50 records, we can make it differentiated. Now, click on execute button. My request has been sent to the server. Now it will create 50 records inside my object over here. Select the debug only checkbox. Now these are the record IDs. These are the record IDs are generated by Salesforce. Even though the records values may be same, okay, the IDs are always unique. Every record will have a unique ID value over here. Okay. Now, don't think last three characters are same. Before that, last three, observe this character. Here we have D. Here E, F, G, H, I, J, K. That means they're making it as differentiated over here. Clear? Now, let's see. Go back to your hiring manager object now. As of now, we have 11 records. Refresh this user interface. Now we can see total 50 plus records are available. See, how many records are available now? 61 records are available here. Now starting with the test HR. How many records are there? 50 records are available. For the first record, we are having the location Bangalore, recruitment specialist, contact number, and then email ID, employment type is available here. From 26th record onwards here. This will be the location is Pune, designation different, contact number, and then email ID, and then employment type also different. So depends upon the requirement, we can able to do this one as well. Okay. Now make a note of this code. Done with the code? Done? Next. Now, so this is the concept of ORM feature. So how to configure the ORM feature and how can we use this to create the record inside the object. It may be single record, it may be related records, it may be bulk records also we have discussed, okay, as of now. Now let's see one more new feature, subprograms. So we have to understand what exactly is subprogram, what it contains, and what type of subprograms that we have in Apex programming, and how to use these subprograms in order to write the business logics, where these subprograms will be available. Now let's see. Now, so now tell me generally what do you mean by sub? Sub means it's a part, it's a small piece. Okay, now subprograms means what? It's a part of a program. It's a piece of code which is used to perform certain operations. Now, like for example, here, assume that, come to a small scenario. Assume that we have a client. For example, we have a client that is some work. For example, we have the client Merck. Today, we got a new project from the client. Today, we got a new project from the client. In order to automate the entire pharmaceutical manufacturing process of this client. So, because they are into pharmaceutical manufacturing, so they are also like as Reddy Labs, Arabindo, Cipla, AstraZeneca. Like the similar way, Merck also one of the pharmaceutical manufacturing organization. So today they have contacted our company and they asked us to build a new Salesforce application by using the Salesforce CRM, which is used to automate their entire pharmaceutical manufacturing process. So, in order to automate their entire pharmaceutical manufacturing process, they ask us to build an application. Now tell me, whenever we got a new project from the client, directly will you start developing the project? No. What will you do first? Right. So first of all, we have to collect the requirements here. We need to gather the requirement of the project. Once the requirements has been collected, I have the requirement document with me. Now tell me what needs to be done. Hmm. Planning. That means here how. Correct. How can we do that? Hmm.
Creating the user stories.
Now, in this case, what needs to be done?
Contrast.
Whatever the project the client is expecting to build, Whatever the features they are expecting to build inside the project, we need to analyze the features, whatever they are expecting, and then we need to divide these features to various small pieces. So, whatever the project requirement or the project functionalities that we have, we need to divide these project functionalities to various modules. We need to divide the whole project requirement into various modules. Like I would like to have a sales module. I would like to have a service module. I would like to have a production module. I would like to have a finance module. I would like to have an admin module. So whatever the requirements has been given by the client, all the requirements we are dividing into small pieces that each piece is called as a module. Okay. Now the sales module contains all the sales related features. Service module contains service related features, and the production module contains the entire production process over there. Finance module contains the revenue related features. Admin module will be holding that administration related features. So whatever the modules that we have inside this project, these modules we are subdividing into sub modules over here. Now, this is sales module. I would like to subdividing into sub modules. Like this is sales module will be subdividing into sub modules. Like for example, direct sales, online sales, and the pre-sales. Now, I would like to divide this sales module into three sub modules: direct sales, online sales, and the pre-sales over here. Three modules. These are the three sub modules are available. In each submodule, I would like to have some functionalities here. Each submodule contains some features like as requirements. These requirements are called as user stories or use cases. Now, so now this is user story 1. This is a user story 2. User story means it's a small requirement which they have expected to be implemented as part of the project. User story 3. User story 4. Like that. Now here also it contains some small requirements here. Each submodule contains some small requirements. Now tell me in this case here. So whatever the project requirement that we have, the whole project functionalities we are dividing into the various modules. Each module has been subdividing into the submodules. Each submodule contains some set of features over here. Now, so in this case, whenever you are developing the project, will you follow top to bottom approach or bottom to top approach here? Bottom to top or top to bottom upon building the project here. Hmm. Building the project here, not planning. Okay, I'm talking about development. Upon developing the functionalities, okay, which you would like to build first?
Bottom to top.
Bottom to top. Like for example, assume that this is a laptop. Now, laptop contains so many internal components, like it is having a processor, it is having some RAM, it is having hard disk, it is having motherboard, it is having keyboard, it is having a mouse feature, it is having the screen also. So many internal components are available. If you want to build a laptop, we need all these parts are required. So they're building each and every part first. Once all the parts are available, they will assemble all the parts together to make it as a laptop. Like the similar way here also, upon building the project as part of development, development will be always from bottom to top approach, not from top to bottom. Okay, development will be always from bottom to top approach. So what we have to do, first of all, we have to take the direct sales module here. Now develop that functionality. That means use case requirement 1 or the user story 1. We have to build that. Then build the user story 2 and user story 3 and user story 4. Once you develop these four features, then we have to assemble them to the direct sales module here. Then, as part of online sales, whatever the requirements are available, we have to build this requirement first, assemble together into that online sales module. And as part of pre-sales, build the functionalities and assemble together. So once these three submodules are available, then assemble these three submodules to make it as sales module here. Like that, once all the modules have been built, then we can assemble them together as a project. So that development will be always done from bottom to top. Each and every small feature we have to implement. That means what we are doing, whatever the project requirement given by the client, we are dividing the project requirement to the small pieces, that each piece we can able to build first, and finally we can assemble all the parts together to make it as a project or a module or a product, also anything. Now, like the similar way, for example, assume that here, come to a general scenario. For example, after this session, I would like to have some breakfast. I will go to a hotel, I will order for some food. Now the server is placing the food, okay, on your table over here. Now my food is available in front of me on the table inside a plate. So now tell me, once the food is available in the plate, can we have the whole food at a time? No, we can't have that whole food at a time. We can't digest. So we need to divide that food to the various small pieces. Take a small piece, have it, and then second piece, have it. Third piece, we can have it. Like that, we can continue this process. Like the similar way here also, upon developing the project functionalities, we can't build the project directly. Divide the whole project functionalities into small features. Now, that each small feature is called as a subprogram. What do you mean by subprogram? It's a part of a program. It's a small piece of that code which contains some logic to perform certain operation. So, subprogram contains one or more statements, one or more lines of code which is used to perform certain operations. So that here, as part of this application development, whatever the business logic you are going to implement, each and every business logic we are implementing in the form of small pieces, that each piece is called as a subprogram. Now, so what a subprogram contains? Subprogram contains one or more lines of code. It may be having one single line of code also, 10 lines of code also, 100 lines of code also, 1000 lines of code also, depends upon the complexity of the requirement. So each subprogram contains one or more lines of code which is used to perform a particular task. Okay, which is used to perform a particular task. Now, so now in this case here, as part of this subprograms has been divided into two categories here. We have two categories of subprograms. First one, procedures. Second one, functions. Okay, subprograms has been divided into two categories. First one, procedures. Second one, functions. Okay, now, so the combination of procedures and functions are also called as a methods. When you go to other programming language like as Java or .NET, the people are calling them as methods. But here we are calling it as, technically we have to call it as subprograms, but the people are calling it as methods. It may be procedure, it may be function, that will be called as a method. Now, then what is the use of dividing this whole business logic to various small pieces? Because if I'm dividing the whole business logic to various small pieces, suppose if the same piece of code is required in other place, directly we can use them. Instead of copy and pasting that code, we can able to directly use that feature in other places also, so that we can make our code more reusable. We can avoid the redundant code. That means a duplicate code we can avoid. Write the code once, we can reuse the code in multiple places, so whenever you want, wherever you want. That facility is available. So that we can avoid the redundant code, we can make our code more reusable. This is the first benefit. Second benefit is, whenever we are dividing this whole functionalities to the various small pieces, then we can reduce the complexity in the application development. We can reduce the complexity in the application development, so that we can improve the application performance also. At the time of maintenance, it will be very easy for me. If you are writing the whole code within a single method, then it will be taking more time to understand where exactly this functionality is available. So for that reason, we can able to maintain the code very easily if it is available in the form of small pieces over here. Like for example, come to a scenario. If the whole laptop is like as a single part, suppose inside the laptop, if a small feature is not working, then what we have to do? Whole laptop we have to replace. That means we have to buy a new laptop again. Suppose if the laptop has been built by using small components, then if one component is not working properly, if one component has been damaged, then what we can do? Just we can replace that particular part, we can use that remaining the functionalities as it is here. That means the maintenance will be very easy. We no need to do much investment because we are not purchasing a new laptop, just we are replacing that particular small part. It may be 1000, 2000 rupees will be the cost. So just we can invest very easily, we can replace that, we can continue to use the laptop as it is. So we can reduce the maintenance also. So that here, whenever we are writing the logic in the form of small units, then easy to manage. In future, at the time of maintenance, it will be very easy for us. For that reason, we are going to implementing each and every business logic in the form of small pieces called as subprograms. So subprograms allows us to make our code more reusable. That means we can avoid the redundant code and we can write the code only once. The same code we can use in different places whenever you want, wherever you want. Second one, by using this as subprograms, we can maintain the quality code. That means no redundant code, no duplicate code. We can maintain the quality code. And the third one, it is providing more faster performance. Okay, it is providing more faster performance here. Fourth one, we can avoid the complexity in the project development. And the fifth one, we can able to manage the code very easily. That means maintenance of the code, managing the code will be very easy. At the time of maintenance, it will be very easy for us. Because developing the project will take 1 year. But that is not the end of the project here. Not only building the project is not a big deal. But at the time of maintenance, it should be very easy for me. We are building the project by spending 1 year of time, but we have to give a lifelong support to the customer here. At that time, maintenance should be very easy for us. For that reason, we are going to be dividing this whole project functionalities to the small pieces called as a subprograms. Each subprogram contains one or more lines of code to perform certain operations. Then, in this case, where we are writing this as subprograms, subprograms should be always right inside the class. Inside the class. That already told you. A class can have one or more variables, procedures, functions, properties, constructors, all these things mixed together. Till now, we know how to define a class, how to define the variable inside the class. Now we will see how to define procedures, how to define functions also inside this class, and how can we write the business logic, we'll see. So till now, we have written the business logic in execute anonymous window. But the problem is, whatever the logic we have written in execute anonymous window, that logic will not be saving permanently anywhere. We have to maintain our own local notepad. In that local notepad, we have to save that code, okay, for the future use. But from now onwards, we are not writing any logic inside the execute anonymous window. We are going to the class. Inside the class, we'll prepare a procedure or a function. Inside the procedure, we'll write this business logic here. Okay, so that whenever we are saving the code, the complete class code will be saving inside the metadata repository permanently. In future, if you want that code, we can reuse it again here. Okay, clear? So that here, in order to make your code more reusable, we are using the help of the subprograms. As part of subprograms, we are having the two features are available. First one, procedures. Second one, functions. Okay, understood the concept here? No. Then what exactly the procedure, what exactly the function, and what it contains? Okay, we'll see in tomorrow's session here. In tomorrow's session, I will be giving the notes also, subprograms, and we'll see the practical concept of subprograms, how to prepare, how to write the logic, how to invoke them, everything we'll see practically here. Okay? Understood the concept now? Next. Do the practice on today's concepts over here. Tomorrow's topics we'll see. Okay, what exactly the procedure, how to build, how to prepare the functions, everything we'll see one by one. Okay. Thank you.